All right, it's the Rundown Wednesday, May 4th, brought to you by Helix. Why would you want a mattress made for somebody else? No, you want one made for yourself. With Helix, you're getting a mattress that will be perfect for you and the way you sleep. Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes just 2 minutes to complete and matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. They have soft, medium, and firm mattresses. Mattress is great for cooling you down if you sleep hot. Mattress is great for spinal alignment to prevent morning aches and pains, and even a Helix Plus mattress for plus size sleepers. So if you're looking for a mattress, you take the quiz, you order the mattress that you're matched to, and the mattress comes right to your door, shipped for free. You'll never need to go to a mattress store again. Helix is offering up to $200 for all mattress orders and 2 free pillows just to boot for our listeners at helixsleep.com/rundown. That's helixsleep.com/rundown for up to $200 off and 2 free pillows. Rico, Kate, thanks for joining. We're 3 of us were hanging out at dinner last night, and then we figured, let's just do the rundown.
Let's just do the rundown together.
Pillows
Pillows is a great bonus.
It's hard to find. You find a good pillow, you got to hold on to that for a while.
We were in a phase in my house where we had shit pillows.
You like a flatter pillow or a lot of fluff?
You need a lot of fluff.
I don't like too much fluff. I like maybe in between.
Where it's like it kind of caves in. You need to find a little bit of a mix.
We have so many now. I create like a wall. Like we have like 2 walls, but it's like a whole.
How many pillows do you have on your bed?
I probably have like 8.
6?
6? Well, I guess you sleep regularly.
I'd have 2 more if I choose Helix, which I will.
Yes, you will. All right, let's start off with Dave Chappelle. Got attacked on stage last night. Was doing comedy. An attacker came up with a fake gun that had a knife inside. Security got him off. They beat the shit out of him backstage. He got arrested. Chris Rock joked after. He was like, "Oh, was that Will Smith that attacked you?" Kind of the first time Chris Rock has made a joke about Will Smith.
Was that Will Smith?
Apparently, this guy wrote a song about Dave Chappelle in 2020. So I think he's like a crazy. This is like a Stan,
like a Dear Stan,
like an Eminem type deal.
Yeah.
The arm at the fucking. Oh my god.
I was scrolling Twitter this morning, and I hadn't seen it yet. And the first thing, it was Big Cat's tweet where he retweeted it, and I was sipping my coffee, and I almost we're looking at it right now.
Yeah, the arm.
I mean, it looks like it has been twisted completely 360. It had to have gone this way, like
now, where
completely,
did he come from?
dangling.
Did he fake like a credential to get backstage, or?
I think he just ran from the crowd. I think.
Does it look like he was already on the stage to get up to? You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just when they started recording. Maybe.
It looked like he had a clear shot across the stage. That's all. But,
and then what I didn't see after the hit, I watched the video where it cuts out right after the hit. Where did Dave Chappelle, what did Dave Chappelle do right after it happened? Like, obviously.
I think he got up and charged at him, from what I remember.
He got hit.
Like, that's the part where the video keeps ending, and I'm like, what happened
next?
next?
I thought I saw one where it was from way far up, and because that was the thing too. There's like supposed to be no cell phones with Chappelle. It's this whole thing. But I thought he got up and charged right at him.
Yeah, I think backstage he had. Who was back? There was like Chris Rock, maybe Jamie Foxx. I think there were a few other people backstage that just
I'm not a fan of his.
beat him. Of who?
Jamie Foxx.
Why?
Maybe pay attention to some of the billboards in the industry.
Okay. Yeah.
Jamie
but
Foxx.
is it only
and now
that?
Jamie Foxx, I heard, beat the guy up. So is that a guy you want on your heads?
Is it only that reason, or
maybe that stock should go
prior
down?
Beef,
Right. That's not
What?
good.
Did you have prior beef with him, or just?
No, but he made his bed.
Right?
Yeah, no, hey, you got to lie in it now.
Made his bed.
Gotta lay in
Same
it.
with Affleck, Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
Gotta drill the line.
Dead to us.
Dead.
It is a shame, too, if you are going to leap at someone on stage to miss. Very embarrassing. You don't want to.
Also, the fake gun with the knife in it is kind of he didn't use. I mean, it's good that he didn't use it. Obviously.
Oh,
I'm almost surprised
yeah.
it doesn't happen more. Like stand-up comics, are always saying things that are pissing somebody off. Dave Chappelle, especially. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more. I hope it doesn't start happening.
I've been seeing a lot of comedians talking about how this is kind of a wake-up call, and because a lot of the ones that I was seeing were saying there's pretty much no security, and the security at a lot of the clubs is some 70-year-old guy who's just kind of doing his free time, who's not really going to be able to help you. So I have a feeling a lot of the bigger venues with bigger acts are really going to have to
Well, that did seem like a concern coming out of the Oscars too. Was now everybody thinks they could do this. That was the whole comedy's kind of whole.
They make sure you don't bring a cell phone in to record, but they don't check if you have like a gun.
Yeah.
or a knife. Don't record this, but
This
if you
gun
want
doesn't
to kill the
record
guy,
anything, does it? All right, go ahead.
don't steal his joke.
You don't
but
know
if you want to get up there and stab
You
him,
have YouTube on this?
I would consider it if I was a stand-up paying someone to attack me just to look cool and like
Just for
punching him.
clout.
Yeah,
Right? Just
yeah,
for
like
clout.
having to come up there and be like, hey, I'm gonna punch you, take a punch, and just looks like, oh wow, he was on
Yeah.
stage.
Because I mean, they said after the Chris Rock thing, his ticket prices went through the roof. Like people
So,
want it gets your name.
I tweeted this out, and people are like, this is such a dumb poll, but what do you think you're anticipating more, like Chris Rock's next special where he talks about this, or I know people are gonna be like, oh no, he's not funny, but Pete Davidson's next special when he talks about dating Kim K and like Kanye West openly threatening to kill him.
Yeah.
I feel like and no matter if you think he's funny, not funny, you just have to see that special. Those are going to be two of the most hyped stand-up specials ever.
Definitely. I couldn't wait to see after the whole affair and then the John Mulaney special. I was like, oh, what's he going to say? What's he like, for sure.
Stand-up comedians got to just get themselves into some turmoil and really get their specials.
Controversy.
The guy's been arrested, by the way. Like, I'm just interested to hear I'm interested to hear exactly what the medical, like, I would love to see the x-ray, know exactly what happened. And two, I'm interested to hear, like, what his whole, like, idea
what's his
was.
motive?
Yeah, what was the motive, why, like, interested for all that.
Did he turn on Dave Chappelle? Did he just, like, I just have to get up there and hug him because I love him so much?
Yeah, I don't know.
Crazy.
NFL,
Ryan Tannehill yesterday said, it's not my job to mentor Malik Willis. He's like, if he learns from me, that's great. All the NFL world is just shitting on Ryan Tannehill now. Kurt Warner came out today. It was like, if Ryan Tannehill doesn't want to mentor Malik Willis, I will. I think it's not something you say out loud. I don't really have a problem with Ryan Tannehill saying this. Like, Ryan Tannehill isn't Brett Favre. Like, they're comparing it to Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. Brett Favre was a Hall of Famer already at that point. He wasn't losing his job to Aaron Rodgers. Ryan Tannehill could lose his job to Malik Willis by, like, week 11. Why would you help the guy behind you?
I wouldn't.
We know that.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah, we're on Team Tannehill here. Yeah.
Give them the keys to the kingdom. Now, like, if they when
you're
they're in the
usually
meeting room and they teach them the offense, like, that's one thing. But giving them all the keys to success of, like, hey, read this, or if a lineman tips his fingers, whatever. Like, I'm not giving you all of my inside info.
But if a new gambling talent came in here, you wouldn't show him the ropes at all? You wouldn't be like, here's what I do on the stream. Maybe he's wearing a cowboy hat.
No.
I'd be showing him the wrong things.
Yeah,
trying to fuck him up. You show him.
You know when there's two defenders on a guy, that's when you want to target him.
Yes. Exactly.
You want to make the highlight reel.
Listen, Coach loves throwing it to triple cover.
Yeah.
Triple coverage, it's really not that bad in the NFL. I don't know what they told you in college. Yeah, so I don't really have a problem with it. I mean, maybe it's a bad look to say it publicly because maybe the rest of the team's going to be like, well, fuck Ryan Tannehill. And you don't want to have that as your
Well, I think, like I said, it becomes a concern where, like, you're in a meeting room and it's like, hey, just show them, like, the basic audibles or, like, the reads on basics, like, whatever, or how we form anything. Like, just, anything, whatever.
Yeah.
When you shut down completely, like I said, there's got to be a mix of both because everyone's thinking that. They wouldn't be giving them the secrets, too. Anyone who's shitting on him is behind closed doors like, oh, yeah, I don't help my...
They're making mountains out of him, Tannehill.
Yes.
You know what I mean? As they say.
Yeah, that's how it's like nobody, like Ryan Tannehill, people are like, how much does he really have to teach? Like, that's not like, Malik Willis is learning from exactly a Hall of Famer here with Ryan Tannehill. But I don't know. Maybe
Tannehill's on the back end of his career. Like, this is when he finally is getting some success. Like, I wouldn't openly want to...
Yeah, he just lost A.J. Brown. Like, he had a clip a couple of days ago talking about how much sleep he lost.
Take it in context. Like, if Aaron Rodgers said this, you'd be like, what are you? Or, Patrick Mahomes would be like, what are you, an asshole? Like, you're not going anywhere. Your spot's... But Tannehill's job is in jeopardy. Like, could be in jeopardy, so...
Yeah, he said it.
He's not a guarantee. At some point, he could lose his fastball. It's like just the way it goes.
He's been in a dark place since playoff loss, sleepless nights. Every time I close my eyes, I'm rewatching the game in my head. It's a scar I'll carry with me the rest of my life. He sucked that game. Like, threw interceptions, kept getting sacked. But, I mean, then they draft a possible backup, replacement for you. They trade away your best wide receiver, A.J. Brown. Like, he's probably like, look, I'm not looking to groom the next guy to get in. I got to worry about myself.
Yep.
So that's it on Ryan Tannehill. Next up, Sex Island. So there's apparently this depraved Sex Island vacation. It's at an undisclosed location off by Las Vegas. Okay. It's offering guests unlimited sex.
An island on the coast of Las Vegas?
Yeah, I might not be you know what? That's a good point. I thought that too, but it says depraved Sex Island vacation. Then go down. It's being billed as every man's dream. Is set to go underway near Las Vegas. So it's either not an island or it's not near
Well, it could
Las
be like
Vegas.
an island in the desert. An oasis maybe would be a better term.
Yeah, or maybe they're just like the idea of Sex Island.
Because it does sound cool.
It does sound cool, but
very cool.
if it's just so far from a
Right.
coast.
Well, I mean, there's a word in there that is pretty bad word. Like, go ahead,
sex.
Tommy. Why don't you read
why don't
the
you read it?
So a
100?
4-day orgy extravaganza. The premise is kinky customers, unlimited sex without a condom. It'll get underway near Las Vegas Thursday. Sex Island is slated to take place in an undisclosed location outside of Sin City from May 5th to 8th, with tickets costing $4,500.
Doesn't seem like that
I was going to
much.
say, that's a pretty good
bargain.
deal.
Is this
For
an ad
4
read?
days with unlimited prostitutes.
Is this the next ad read?
The X-rated escapade is organized by the Good Girls Company, which is selling off just 50
They
tickets.
sound like bad girls.
The company has hired 100 prostitutes for the event, so that each guest has access to 2 girls per day. They could switch the girls. The girls are tested before. They have STDs testing at the site. Then scroll down, they have like, I think they had like horseback riding and shit, a helicopter ride. If all this stuff is included, the
I would
helicopter
go
ride,
and just enjoy the vibe.
yeah, a concert, a holographic concert, casino tour. I mean, this is the greatest. Even if you don't want to have sex with the women, this is a great
This
deal.
is a great deal. It's a
I don't
great
get
deal.
how shit like this hits the papers when they start saying, like, if you were just gonna get a bunch of soccer moms from suburbia, and like this hits the paper, that's one thing. But like when they start throwing around prostitutes, like how do they?
Yeah, I was
let
gonna say, isn't this just illegal?
now, like why is the FBI not just circling this place?
Well, in Vegas, it's legal, isn't it?
Is prostitute?
Isn't? I'm pretty sure they have like the ranches where you can go and
Oh,
like,
well, then
whatever.
that
So I
explains
think
that.
it's legal.
Yeah.
Which is
I
actually
always-
amazing that that's still like. I mean, you look at the whatever. I'm not gonna. You look at the news this week. Seems like they should be starting to
I wanna
focus on
start to-
cracking
you
down
better-
some shit.
That's
like
our
this.
next stop.
Better
So-
get the protected.
No, listen. You know me. I don't. I'm just saying. Like maybe start cracking some stuff down that everyone would say, "Oh yeah, that was a pretty good rule. They overturned prostitution."
Oh, I think. I mean,
You know
I
what I
feel
mean?
like,
Like-
if anything,
like,
it's more like.
Go to a rule that's gonna get you a good approval rating, not.
I think a good approval rating would be
I
allowing
love 'em.
prostitution.
I went to that. Well,
Yeah, you
wonder,
went to one of those things,
the
right?
blowjob party. I
Oh,
wonder
right.
about the guys who go to these things, and like I would just love to go and see what kind of fellas are actually
A day in their life.
Like,
yeah.
what's the average age? What do they do for a living? Like, what is your vibe? The guys that were at the blowjob party were surprisingly like super open about it. Didn't even mind being on camera. One guy was like, "Yeah, I just heard about it on the radio this morning. Thought I'd head on over and get my dick sucked." You're like, "Oh, well, sure."
Yeah.
He was like a
Like a
dentist.
car sale.
Yeah, like, okay, sure, why, man? Is this something you and your buddies would go to? Or is this
No.
something you would quietly go to on your own?
No, you have to go to this on your own. Also, the thing is, I think if this was more expensive and it's like all like exotic rich dudes, then it's a little less. I mean, it's still weird, but like $4,500, you could just have some normal Joe schmoes like strolling in there. That's not an exorbitant
Yeah,
amount of money.
4,500 is not a.
You're gonna have some like
that's great.
incels in there, I think, saving up their.
I'll
dollars.
say this: a regular Joe could get a loan for 4,500. Not that hard.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
paid $8,000 for a blowjob.
Yeah,
Mantis
Vince just said
paid
Mantis paid
$8,000
$8,000 for a blowjob. He
for a
could have paid
blowjob.
half that to have unlimited
Right, this-
threesomes
this
for
could have
4
been-
days. Somebody tell Mantis that. This can't. There's some. I saw something that was like they're afraid that it's a scam or something. It's going to turn into a Friar Fest type deal. This can't be. That's the helicopter rides and shit have to be extra,
Well,
right?
some
The
people-
4,500 has to be a base minimum.
I saw somewhere on here that they did this before and then they took everyone's money and canceled it like the day before or something like that.
Yeah, like that sucks.
So-
This says there were some. Scroll back up.
and that's one of those you
Valley,
can't really
down
tweet
it.
about or make
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Facebook status. I got
Big
shit.
Cat, help me
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, next on
orgy got
7 on
canceled.
your side, I got robbed. No, I'm just saying, like, next on 7 on your side, I got robbed for a fucking sex party, 4,500.
Yeah, there were some nerds from Silicon Valley who had never done this kind of thing, who were nervous at the beginning. There were 2 big pop stars from Canada, Justin Bieber and Drake, probably. I immediately recognized one of them.
Yep.
He's very famous, and it quite took me back. Depraved dentist who's married but didn't tell his wife about the 4-day orgy. Makes sense. So the debauchery began shortly after the vacation kicked off, as each man had to choose 2 girls who he'd keep company during the entire trip. How's that? You think it's like a draft?
That's, again,
Schoolyard
I would love
pick?
to see that part.
You think it's a snake?
Read the last sentence.
Just 15 minutes into
No, well, yeah, go ahead.
15 minutes into the trip, I was already on a bed with them, Ryan enthused. Some of them, the guests, didn't sleep for the whole 4 days. They just stayed awake day and night to make most of their 2 girls. If he got tired of the same girl, he could do a deal with another guest and do a swap.
It's like Pogs.
Oh man.
Wow. Yeah, I wonder how those like back rooms, like the winter meetings, like the MLB winter meetings
Yeah.
and trade deals going
I
down.
think somebody was so savvy they got 2 for 1.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you get 3? Is
Now
it like
somebody's got 3
is it
and
like
one
the
guy's got
NFL
1,
draft
but it's-
where maybe you want to acquire more draft picks, maybe less hot, but like later
it's
down
all right.
draft picks, you get
I would
yourself
be afraid.
I just say
As-
I will say I have a problem
More
with this
value?
island.
What?
It's just crazy. It's crazy.
What? This sounds amazing. If I was a prostitute there, my big fear would be it would be like middle school getting the dodgeball draft when I'm the last one
Yes.
standing. Like, oh, does anybody want a third? Does
Nobody
anybody
wants
want
to
no?
fuck me.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that would be horrifying.
Be over in handjob corner.
Or they should maybe
Great
let the
games.
girls pick the guys. Like the girls go to which guys they want to go to. That
Yeah, that
maybe
would be
a
the
little
feminist
more,
way
a little
to do
more
this.
fair. Yeah.
Gangbang.
This organized sex trafficking.
Also a little
party.
like even the play. Like these guys don't get to just think they're king of the castle and
Yeah.
they get the pick. Yeah, I like.
Right, they're sitting there. May I have a crumb of pussy, ma'am? As they're hoping to get picked.
Say this too. Like you're on vacation, you're drinking the sweet drinks, you're eating a lot of bacon and stuff. At least that's me. I go to Jersey Shore, I'm eating pork roll. Ugh.
So speaking of maybe a guy who would go to this party, a wife found her husband, found out that her husband was cheating with a nanny thanks to a Disney ride photo.
this one.
So they
Haven't
were
seen
from
this.
overseas. They have a kid, 2 kids. They brought 2 nannies with them, which is kind of fucking crazy on a vacation. And the wife was going through the pictures and found a photo from one of the roller coasters at Disney where the nanny like has her head on the husband.
They're going down the log flume, and the mom is up front being cute with the kid, and right behind her is the dad and the nanny, and they're holding on to each other, going down. As soon as you see it, you know.
so
They not
stupid.
know fucking cameras are on these rides.
Guys are getting real. They think we're idiots, okay? Well, we were just going down the log flume. Like, yeah, real bold.
I mean, to do it.
fellas.
So when I saw this headline initially, I was like, oh, they snuck away or something. I didn't realize it was the same ride.
Yeah.
And that takes such an insane amount of balls to just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna do. I mean, I guess maybe it's an easier excuse where it's like, oh, we were just scared, we held each other. Like, obviously we're not cheating. It wouldn't be that stupid to do it right in front of
Yeah.
you. But no, that's pretty
Just the
clearly.
way she's leaning into him. It's like
She did it on TikTok.
She
Yeah, she
exposed
called
him on TikTok. Yeah.
Me, ex-husband, and nanny. Oh jeez.
Where they were, and then so they got divorced. I think it says the ex-husband and the nanny have a kid now together.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Well, isn't that like who's that football player on Real Housewives of Jersey? He's with their former babysitter now and married with her and having. He's a big-time football player.
Currently,
Yeah, he's on Real Housewives of Jersey.
what is he on the Jets, Giants?
We're talking sports here. I don't know. And he did that. How about Shania Twain? Her husband cheated on her with the nanny, and then they got divorced, and she ended up marrying the nanny's husband. I think they like
wow.
completely swapped
Completely.
her.
Good for, I'm
Flop.
surprised that doesn't happen more often, where like 2
Well, meet
cheated
cute.
on people get
Right,
together.
get
Yeah,
together
it's sort of a
and switch
beautiful
it
way
out.
to meet.
It's a bonding.
Yeah.
Common
it's,
bonding experience. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that nannies are just so often hot girls. Like you would think that we would.
Well, a lot of times it's young women looking to travel. So like in New York City, you see the au pairs from like Sweden and blah blah
Right.
blah. And like they're going. If I will say, as like, I'm finding the ugliest nanny possible.
Would you
Like,
rather?
I want.
Would you rather a
a
really
me.
hot girl nanny or like just a dude, just like an average guy nanny?
Oh man.
Like both are an average guy
dude.
nanny. There shouldn't be anything wrong about it on the surface, but there is.
You're right. Yes, I agree. I'm going with I'll take my chances with the hottie. for
Take-
sure.
You gotta roll the dice
Yeah,
there.
rolling the dice.
You were in the army. You could,
Yeah.
I'm sure, kill somebody if you had to. Allegedly.
Totally. Yeah, definitely, for sure. Yeah.
And then last up, NBA, NHL playoffs. John Morant, just unbelievable, dropped 47 points. LeBron pretended like John Morant on Twitter was like he was the first person to know that John Morant is good. That's
all right,
going to be a
so
great
let's just get right to it. So Brandon, we're on Pick Central, and he's like, it seems like at this company, like people jump on the pile of LeBron because that's Dave's narrative. I could tell you that while that seems convenient, I just think LeBron is off the court. He's so insufferable, and it's so obvious what he's trying to do of like be included and be cool about it. You know what I mean?
don't hate LeBron that
It's
much.
so
I
obvious.
want to like LeBron because whenever it's like the LeBron Jordan debate, I never saw Jordan play, obviously. So like I want LeBron to be better so that I could say I saw the greatest of all
Right.
time. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I do think some things get overblown. Some things are he just is
There's
so
a million things that I'm
corny.
forgetting, but he just doesn't, like, the Taco Tuesday type thing. He tries to be so likable.
Psych! Y'all know what today is. Today is Taco Tuesday.
When the
Is
when
that
the
what it is?
last
He's trying to be too relatable?
no,
Is
he
that-
tries to be so, like, he needs to be liked. Like Durant, people like, Durant's a psycho, but we give him a free pass. It's like, well, that's because he's never tried to be included or is so fake about being included. The same thing too when The Last Dance came out. Do you remember like LeBron being like, "Oh yeah, I'm going into this like you saw how everyone like loved that Jordan was kind of a dick to his teammates and pushed them and shit like that.
Yeah.
And like the quotes that would come out would be like LeBron was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna push my teammates." It's like, dude, you're so obviously trying to be this person. You know what I mean? Like,
But I'll say I don't really get angry about
There's
it.
nothing authentic about the guy.
I don't get angry about it, LeBron. I almost think it's like you have to just embrace him as like this absurd human. Like it's just kind of funny. Like the fact that
Yeah,
he
but it
like
doesn't mean you can like
the fact
him.
that
You
he's
don't have to
like
like him.
you don't have to like, but the fact that he's like, yeah, I'm whatever, watching The Godfather, reading all these books,
That
and he's
too,
just so
yeah.
clearly not doing that, or he can't name. It was like the Trump Bible verse clip. He just couldn't name anything.
Very, very, very smart man. And basically, his words in the 60s and what was going on.
Like that.
Yeah.
That to me is just kind of funny. Like that's just LeBron. Like he's not intentionally funny, but you almost have to just be like, well, what an absurd thing. This doesn't really even make sense. Real basketball minds know about Ja Morant. Not the majority of dweebs who don't even watch basketball in those voting battles. Is he like talking about Marty Mush? Marty's the only person that doesn't like Ja Morant. That was like Ja Morant's the worst basketball player ever.
He's just so obviously, and SportsCenter does no help too to like showcase these tweets.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing that drives me nuts too. Like,
I mean, it got 73,000 likes. Like, people clearly
Yeah,
like him and agree with him or whatever.
it's
I think-
just, yeah, the likes are whatever. I mean, he gets likes because he's the guy.
Right, yeah.
You know, it's just the way it works. But like, it's just so obvious. He
annoying.
wants to be. He just wants to be liked, and it's just so fake. That's what drives me nuts. And
Is there
Brandon's on the
anything
other
you
end
could
of
do?
like, you're not being accurate to him. I'm like, that's crazy.
Is there anything you could do to change your heart?
No, not really. I just think it's not like I don't really think about him unless it's one of those like I have no real issue with. I'm not thinking about how much I hate him and stuff like that. Until then, it keeps getting shoved in my face.
Hit the Rolling Stone with the rollie on. Jag portfolio.
Like I see another like
Rico has a
force-fed.
gun with a knife in it that he's been waiting until he.
Did
No,
Ja
no, no.
Morant win
It's
most-
just, but when you force feed this again down my face,
He did?
like I'm trying to actually
then I
stay
kind of
away
agree
from it.
with
Yeah.
And then he does something stupid like this, and then
can't
he does
help it.
something
You
else,
can't escape
and he's
him.
got another
Yeah.
quote like The Godfather and like that, and you're like, dude,
Yeah.
like just get out of your own way. Because basketball-wise,
enough.
I do think he's the best to ever play.
Yeah.
Okay, I misunderstood. So he's mad that Ja Morant won Most Improved Player because Ja Morant is so good. Which I almost weirdly get what he's saying. Where like it's rare a person that good wins Most Improved Player. Like
Yes.
it usually goes like a Jordan Poole would have been like a great example this year. Or like it's rare for like a superstar to win it. But
The way the award usually goes is like okay player who elevated themselves to like
Really good.
respectable player. Now they've changed it to very, very good player to superstar. Which
did
is
Julius
an
Randle win it
interesting
last
way-
year?
Yeah.
Like he's like the perfect stereotypical Most Improved Player.
Right, like good fringe type player.
Yeah, then went
elevated
to very
themselves
good.
superstar. It's interesting the way they gave out the award this year, but you know
But
whatever.
yeah, if he
But
was literally the
yeah,
Most Improved
it
Player.
was because Ja Morant put himself in a stratosphere of like superstar. So
It is kind of funny though that LeBron is mad that he got Most Improved
he's
Player.
a psychopath.
Yeah.
dude.
Like it's almost like it's an insult. Was Ja Morant mad that he? I don't know.
I wish I could remember like all the other stuff he does it's so obvious he just wants to be included. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah, the 0 dark 30.
you see it a lot
Zero
with
dark
like
23.
other sports too, like women's sports too. Like he includes himself in the WNBA. It's like that's not really authentic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he knows, all right, this makes me look like a good guy. It's just he's always
Doesn't
always
feel
angling.
authentic.
Yeah.
I got a lot of
Way
this.
more LeBron right now than you ever were like typically at this time of year, because normally he's not on social media.
Right.
Now he's sitting at
That too, yeah.
home, so he's just.
I feel like he knows when to be on social media as well. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
NHL playoffs, Rangers. One of the first Ranger games I watched this season. I do, like Dave comes out for the Bruins. I think it's fine to be a bandwagon for playoff hockey.
I don't watch.
I'll come out for that.
regular hockey. I will watch playoff hockey.
Igor
Now
Shesterkin, my
the-
guy, had like 80 saves. They still fucking lost somehow.
Yeah, they outshot them like 2-1. I was watching
Yeah.
70-35. Like that's really bad. But
79 saves.
and now
or
the
something.
Rangers
We'll bounce
odds
back.
have dropped like a lot after one game. So
We're the Rags, baby. We're the blue shirts. We're a young team. We skate fast, and we'll probably come back and win.
What were your favorite sporting events to, have a couple of beers?
Oh, I mean, all
In
of them.
terms of, I know, but like if you had a power rank, Birds, Fly Guys, Phillies, Sixers.
For sure, the Phillies. Like
Really?
the best. I
Because of
love.
length, I guess. You get 3
The
hours.
weather's
of-
nice. The
yeah.
tailgates are great. Like they used to have a smoking deck. It was a delight. Definitely Phillies, then Eagles, then Flyers. I don't think I've ever been drunk at a Flyers game, but I've been
Okay.
hammered at some Rangers games. I have a great time.
Hockey is a fun. Hockey
Sixers
is
last.
Sixers last. I used to have to work those games. Not a good time.
hockey is a
You're
fun.
losing.
Like the biggest difference between watching on TV.
100.
Yeah.
I said it late on Pick Central too. Like,
At the games is awesome.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get Crosby is unbelievable, and I watched the clip 5 times. I couldn't see the puck in the clip to see how good the pass was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I said it to soccer. I hate soccer, but I show you a clip of a goal. You can watch the angle of how it comes off
Yeah.
his foot, and he puts it in a little crease in the top and sneaks it past like a finger lang, and it's minimal like margin for victory. With this
Yeah.
puck, I watched it, no joke, 5 times. They just couldn't. I couldn't see
How
how
the
it
hell
was,
he
and
did
I'm
it.
not denying that it was a great pass. I'm not
Yeah.
being like hockey sucks. I'll tell you right now, could not see the puck.
Remember
I-
when
doesn't
they used
translate
to
to
highlight
TV.
it? Remember
Yeah,
there was like a
for a
season where they
short
would like,
time.
yeah.
For a very, very
Super
short.
annoying.
I've watched a good amount of hockey. Like when I was younger, I used to watch a bunch of Ranger games. I miss goals so often. I can maybe
Yeah.
count on one hand the number of goals I've seen. Like
Yeah.
I look down, or you can't see where the puck is, and
Right.
you just see
You
everyone
miss it.
celebrating, and it's
Yeah, it just doesn't
hard.
translate to TV. They're also the thing you don't get to. They are so fast on skates. It's crazy.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. And like when you finally try and ice skate like with your kid or something like that, you're like, oh wow, it becomes all the more impressive to you that they can.
I mean,
it's
Friday
You
night-
guys, you guys can ice skate?
Friday nights at Clove Lake Parks in 2001 was probably the last time I fucking ice skated.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. I
So
can't.
hard. Yeah.
Close.
I'm still amazed that they only play in like 45 to a minute intervals
Yeah.
of hockey.
Yeah.
First time I went to a game, like they shift that many. Like I couldn't believe that.
The top players will play maybe 20 minutes of ice time.
Which is actually even more impressive. I know Spit Chicklets, shout out them, just had Wayne Gretzky on. It's like,
And Stu Kleiner.
it's almost lucky that Wayne Gretzky scored that many goals.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Because you're on the ice for, what, 20% of the time?
Yeah, a third of it.
Of course it makes sense. LeBron
Yeah.
scores 30 points a game. He's on the court. He never gets off the court. Like Wayne, like it's almost like chance, like,
Right. It was always like right place, right.
and they don't always take. It's not like they always take a lot of shots in hockey or whatever.
Yeah.
I would shoot more.
just saying.
That's one of my main hockey things. I think if you
keep
just shoot
firing.
more, like puck catches a stick or something,
Mm-hmm.
crazy deflection, you never know. All right, that's it. Post-show, anything? Were you arguing with Big Cat before about horse racing? Or?
No, I've said it all the time. I don't know how to bet horses, but it doesn't mean I don't love this weekend.
Oh, Kentucky Derby, like you said,
Yeah.
Kentucky Derby, Preakness, Belmont, 3 of the best.
Yeah.
days.
And there's been
Preakness,
days where,
eh.
like, on a slow day in the summer, you're in the office. So back in the day, I was in the cubes. You fire on Saratoga, but I'm not a pro horse bettor. That's all.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I don't like them.
No, Kentucky
Going to
Derby,
Saratoga is a lot of fun. We used to go with my grandma. Rest in peace.
Does Chicago still have that
Monmouth.
horse? Didn't Barstool Chicago get a horse? Don't they still?
Yeah,
Have
possibly.
like stake in it.
Go ahead.
What? Mincy got
Mincy.
something?
Oh, man, if y'all are pushing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Come in and say hello.
All right.
Going on the final of the this the ending of the Louisiana. It's been a great run in Louisiana to say the least. We did Mardi Gras, we did Hogs, we did Final Four, we did the PGA Zurich, Suns Pels playoffs. We have not been to Jazz Fest yet, and the Barstool flag will be flying proudly at Jazz Fest this weekend. We're gonna get some more people signed up for the sports book. I'm going on Monday to my first Barstool Classic, LeBerge Lake Charles, getting to kick it with Riggs and the crew. I love that property.
Every man's dream.
Yeah, one of the nicest. I can't swing a golf club, but look forward to being out there and shaking some hands. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then Sydney and I are going to trap, and Megan, we're going to trap some crawfish in the swamp for her show Out of Office. And so we're doing a crawfish bowl, like farm to table, the whole thing. And then there might be some college baseball thrown in at the end. So this is the last Louisiana run. So I'm excited about it.
A lot of people, they might be too tired. They might say, oh, I was at Mardi Gras, I was at Final Four, I was at PGA, I can't make Jazz Fest.
They're
I
running
can't make
out.
the crowd.
Jazz Fest, they hadn't had it
Not
since
Mincy.
2019 was the last one. Hadn't had it the last 2 years of COVID.
Headlining.
It was Chili Peppers. Were Sunday last Sunday. It's Jimmy Buffett this Sunday.
Hey.
Willie Nelson and friends. I can't believe he's still alive. Got to see it
Yeah.
for the last time.
Hell yeah.
But really excited about that. So it's going to be a good little 9 or 10 day run. I'm coming back for the dozen tournament. Really excited to try to defend our title in that too. But
right.
this is the last Louisiana run. The South shuts down from June through August. It's
Yeah.
just too hot. So excited and really pumped though. Look out for the Barstool flag flying at Jazz Fest. I'm gonna do maybe some food reviews, some content. There's gonna be some content coming.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
All right, check out Mincy Tour hitting the Jazz Fest. So stay tuned for that. You guys have anything else?
No, huge weekend. DAZN.com/Barstool.
Yep. Canelo fight Saturday.
Yeah, this is, to me, the kickoff of summer.
Really? You know that
I shouldn't
idiot
say that.
Feidelberg doesn't think summer starts till July 1st. He doesn't think June's part of the summer. He's so stupid.
This is
Idiot.
like the kickoff. It's not summer, don't get me wrong, but this is when you start to feel it.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
like, it's like I say all the time, college graduations, communion parties, college graduation parties. Like, it gives you an excuse
Derby,
to start being around. Well, no,
Preakness,
that gives you an excuse
Things
to
are
be
getting
outside for the
toasty,
first
you're
time.
Right,
chilling
right,
with
right.
Starts
people,
getting
you're
nice.
partying.
NBA playoffs, NHL
Yeah.
playoffs. There's always a big fight. Obviously, DAZN. Mayweather used to fight on Cinco de Mayo. I remember now Canelo is like
Yeah.
Derby. It's just
Yeah.
it starts to be like
It's,
people just aren't in their houses anymore, and that's when it starts to go. So
DAZN.com/Barstool. Make sure you use /Barstool, and you'll get our broadcast of the fight. Dave, Big Cat, Robbie, Large, Roan,
Caleb.
You know,
Yeah, I
the whole,
can't
the whole
wait.
crew, like a rough and rowdy, but for actually like just the biggest boxer in the world right now. So
Crazy.
Yeah.
pretty insane. And make sure you use the Barstool link so that we could get the opportunity to call more of these fights. All right, that's it. We'll see you guys tomorrow.